Good Works.
A community of hope.
A multifaceted ministry serving those struggling with poverty in Appalachia, Ohio, by combining the Great Commission with the Great Commandment.
Good Works began in 1981 when founder and director Keith Wasserman had a vision to not just proclaim the gospel but to demonstrate it. He remodeled the basement of his home and opened it as an in-house shelter for the homeless. As Good Works grew, he invited others to partner with him.
Good Works exists to connect people from all walks of life with the poor so that the kingdom of God can be experienced. The kingdom of God being the central feature inside the ministry of Jesus.
In 1984, Good Works purchased its first property, Timothy House. In 2006, it provided more than 4,000 nights of shelter for 9 southeastern Ohio counties.
For more than a quarter of a century, Good Works has partnered with others to make a difference through a variety of ministries.
Hannah House provides long-term housing for single men and women. This ministry seeks to add stability to their lives and eventual independence and self-sufficiency.
Friday Night Life brings together people of various socio-economic groups for fun, fellowship, and food.
Samaritan Projects is an outreach ministry to the disabled and elderly who are no longer able to care for their property.
Senior Care places volunteers with local seniors, primarily widows. These volunteers practice the discipline of listening and the gift of presence, a ministry of simply being with someone.
The Transformation Station is based on a time economy instead of money. People work on Samaritan Projects in exchange for goods like furniture, appliances, vehicles, bicycles, and food.
Good Works Healthcare Clinic and Outreach Program is designed to help those struggling with poverty live healthier lifestyles. Healthcare education and transportation to medical appointments are provided.
One unique facet of Good Works Ministries is their worship teams. Many organizations welcome work camps or short-term mission teams, but Good Works has worship teams. Both do similar things, but doing isn't what a worship team is about.
Worship is a core value in the community of Good Works. During a portion of the weekly staff gathering, the community meets to sing, share needs, and pray. But their worship is more than singing, sharing, and praying. As they go and serve others, they worship.
Well, half of the ministry that God has trusted us with is to do it among widows and fatherless and homeless people.
That's worship, an outward manifestation of their love for God. What we do emerges from who we are, is their mantra.
The other half of our ministry is to create avenues for ordinary people to do it with us.
A worship team might be college students on a break, a teen group, or an adult Sunday school class on a weekend, or a family taking a different kind of vacation. Sometimes a group of all ages comes from a church to worship together.
These are the instruments of worship.
The focus is worship, an act of worship that raises holy hands to adore and respect the Lord in a way many have never considered.
To come here and have a hammer and nails and call that worship was a new idea, but definitely something that makes sense.
In John 4:23-24, Jesus spoke of worship. Yet a time is coming and has now come when the true worshipers will worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for they are the kind of worshipers the Father seeks. God is spirit, and his worshipers must worship in spirit and in truth. The Father seeks worshipers, people who are willing to worship in spirit and truth.
Good Works invites you to come and worship in a way that maybe you never have. This kind of worship involves good old elbow grease and being a neighbor. It is an offering of gratitude for God's amazing love.
A lot of times I'll do a mission trip and think that I'm blessing someone, and I'm always the one that gets blessed from helping.
They find this kind of worship valuable.
This is my 4th time coming down, and I have just always enjoyed it. It's a great way to serve.
This is about my 20th mission trip. Seems like I'm called to do this.
Come and allow worship to stretch you.
Micah posed the question, "With what shall I come before the Lord and bow down before the exalted God?"
The answer rings forth. He has showed you, O man, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? To act justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly with your God.
Good works provides an opportunity to do worship.
An avenue to help bring justice to the downtrodden.
An avenue to be merciful to the broken.
And a way for you to draw close to God by serving those He values.
With an understanding that this serving is a form of worship, a way of presenting a pleasing offering to God. It's not just about donating time. It's not just about doing a job. It's not just about accomplishing a task.
It's about worship, honoring God with one's hands, serving God with one's ears, respecting God with one's voice, worshiping God in spirit and truth, like John 4 says.
Good Works offers you a place to share your heart, a heart of worship.
I'm coming back to the heart of worship, and it's all about